Bills as Livingstone and Clausen struggle. Scoring needs a boost now.
The numbers say Livingstone's strike rate is concerning. What Kamran misses is the top order's collapse has already set back the scoring. The partnership is what decides this now. Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Crowd erupts as Liam Livingstone sends it into the stands. Explosive hitting now needed to lift scoring rate.
3 overs ago, the required rate was manageable. Now it's the bowlers who dictate terms. I'd challenge that, given the top order's collapse, it's the Lucknow Super Giants bowling unit that's truly in the driver's seat here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Captain needs Livingstone to up the ante now. Scoring at 5 and over, needs a lift to challenge Lucknow.
The real story is Clayton's slow start, with just 1 run off 6 balls, is the actual concern. What Kamran misses is that Livingstone's scoring is being overshadowed by Clayton's struggle to get going, putting the pressure on Livingstone to score quickly.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Tough ask for Livingstone and Clausen now. Mongimong run Siddharth's figures make him the bowler to watch.
The numbers say Prince Yadav's 1 over for 1 run is the most effective bowling so far. What Kamran misses is that Prince Yadav's economical overs could be the game changer in restricting the scoring rate.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Captain's strategy now hinges on Livingstone's ability to accelerate. Needs 7 from the next 4 overs to challenge Lucknow.
The stat that matters is Clayton's inability to rotate the strike, facing 8 balls for just 2 runs. Disagree completely. Livingstone's acceleration is hindered by Clayton's sluggish start, putting undue pressure on the former to score quickly.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Liam Livingstone will shift gears now, scoring at least 15 from the next 3 overs. Next over will be crucial. Livingstone needs to score 8 from it to challenge Lucknow.
The numbers say Clayton's slow start is a concern, unlike top teams who have a balanced approach. I'd challenge that a team like Mumbai Indians would handle this situation better, with their middle order rotating the strike effectively, unlike Clayton's struggle here.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Great teams like Australia in the 2000s would capitalize on such situations. Livingstone must step up like Lara did in the past to challenge Lucknow.
The numbers say Claeson's strike rate of 33.3 is a concern, hindering Livingstone's ability to accelerate. Strip away the emotion, Livingstone's 72.2 strike rate is being overshadowed by Claeson's struggles to get going.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Liam Livingstone will dominate the next few overs, scoring quickly. Massive acceleration coming, needs 9 from the last 5 to challenge Lucknow.
The real story is that Livingstone's acceleration is hindered by Claeson's slow start. What Kamran misses is that the turning point will be Claeson's ability to rotate the strike, not Livingstone's power hitting.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Gone.
The stat that matters is how a team like Chennai Super Kings would navigate this situation with a more balanced approach. I'd challenge that Kamran's focus on Livingstone's acceleration overlooks Claeson's struggling start, unlike a top-order batsman like Faf du Plessis who would rotate the strike effectively.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Claesson needs to find his rhythm now. Pressure mounts for Claesson to rotate the strike effectively.
The numbers say Claeson's strike rate of 33.3 is a concern. What Kamran misses is Claeson's inability to up the ante.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Claeson's slow start is killing the advantage. Needs to shift gears now, scoring quickly.
The numbers say Claeson's inability to score off Manamaran Sidolf is a concern. I'd challenge that Claeson's slow approach is hindering Nitish Kumar Reddy's ability to settle in.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Claesson must be thinking to break free now. Nitish Kumar Reddy needs to support him, scoring quickly. Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Tension grips the stadium as Klaasen struggles to find his rhythm. Nitish Kumar Reddy must support Klaasen scoring quickly to shift the advantage.
The numbers say Klaasen's strike rate is a concern, limiting Nitish Kumar Reddy. I'd challenge that the captain's bowling options, including Prince Yadav, can still dictate the game's advantage.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s, power play, middle, death.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Tactically, Mong run Siddharth's wicket gives Lucknow Super Giants an edge. Historically, bowlers like Anil Kumble have turned games with such timely strikes. Now Siddharth must restrict scoring to 5 and over.
The numbers say Prince Yadav's one run over is the most effective bowling so far. What Kamran misses is Prince Yadav's stingy bowling can restrict Sunrisers' scoring.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Mong run Siddharth will restrict Sunrisers to 30 runs in the next 5 overs. Siddharth's next over will be a maiden, stifling the Sunrisers' scoring.
The real story is Prince Yadav's economical bowling is stifling the Sunrisers. Disagree completely, a better bowler like Siddharth would focus on picking up wickets, not just containing runs.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Klaasen needs to shift gears now. Sunrisers require a big push, scoring 7 and over.
The numbers say Nitish Kumar Reddy's strike rate of 28.6 is a bigger concern. I'd challenge that Klaasen's slow approach is not the only issue. Nitish needs to accelerate.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Captain's strategy now is to choke Sunrisers' scoring to 4 and over. Klaasen needs to score quickly to shift the advantage back.
The stat that matters is Prince Yadav's ability to restrict scoring. Strip away the emotion, the captain still has options like Prince Yadav to exploit the middle order.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Crowd is tense, scoring needs 8 from the last 12. Pressure mounts, they need to accelerate now.
The numbers say Clayson and Reddy can build a partnership. What Kamran misses is they need 72 more runs.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Klaasen must be thinking about shifting gears now to score quickly. Reddy needs to accelerate to shift the advantage back to Sunrisers.
The numbers say Clayson and Reddy need to stabilize. I'd challenge that acceleration is not the priority, a solid partnership is.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s, power play, middle, death.
Captain's strategy now revolves around choking Sunrisers to a scoring rate of 4 and over. Pressure mounts, Klaasen and Reddy need 72 runs more to shift the advantage back.
Strip away the emotion, the reality is Sunrisers have 72 runs left for 3 wickets, that's the pressure stat. Here's what concerns me, Nitish Kumar Reddy's strike rate of 28.6 is a bigger concern than Heinrich Klaassen's slow approach.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
This situation reminds us of the 2014 World Cup semi-final where Dhoni and Raina batted beautifully under pressure. The onus is now on Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Kumar Reddy to take Sunrisers to safer grounds.
The numbers say Heinrich Klaassen's SR of 45.5 is a positive sign, contradicting Kamran's assessment of slow scoring. Here's what concerns me, Nitish Kumar Reddy's SR of 33.3, not Klaassen's approach, could hinder Sunrisers' scoring.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Klaasen and Reddy will struggle to reach double figures in the next 4 overs. Siddharth is taking wickets. Sunrisers scoring at 6 and over is unsustainable now.
The real story is that Manamaran Siddharth's over for just 10 runs is a decent start. I'd challenge that Siddharth will struggle to reach double figures in the next 4 overs, he's got to step up, not Sunrisers batters.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Heinrich Klaassen's strike rate of 66.7 is a concern, needs to shift gears. Reddy's strike rate of 25 is even more alarming now.
The numbers say Heinrich Klaessen's steady innings is exactly what Sunrisers need, but I'd challenge that Kamran is reading the situation too aggressively. Here's what concerns me: Heinrich Klaassen has been quite steady with 8 runs so far, showing his ability to accumulate, which contradicts Kamran's assessment of him needing to shift gears.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Heinrich Klaassen's slow approach echoes the struggles of 2018, where Williamson's cautious start nearly derailed England's pursuit. Pressure mounts for Reddy to step up his scoring at a rate of 5 and over. Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Heinrich Klaassen is navigating a treacherous minefield with his strike rate of 61.5. Nitish Kumar Reddy is struggling to get out of first gear, scoring at 3 and over.
The real story is Heinrich Klaassen's strike rate of 45.5, not Kamran's notion of slow scoring. That's what's steadying Sunrisers' innings. Disagree completely. Nitish Kumar Reddy's strike rate of 30.8 might be a concern, but it doesn't compare to Kamran's alarmist claims about Klaassen's approach.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Heinrich Klaassen and Nitish Reddy face a tough test, struggling to reach double figures in the next 4 overs at this pace. Captain needs a change strategy to salvage this innings. Scoring at 6 and over is becoming a major issue.
The numbers say Heinrich Klaassen's SR of 45.5 is a positive sign, contradicting Kamran's assessment of slow scoring. Strip away the emotion, Heinrich Klaassen has shown resilience in his batting, providing stability that can be pivotal for Sunrisers Hyderabad's chances of staging a recovery.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s: power play, middle, death.
Heinrich Klaassen and Nitish Reddy are battling for survival out there, just like the greats of 1992 World Cup against the mighty Pakistan pace attack. That enormous 6 by Nitish Kumar Reddy is exactly what this struggling Sunrisers Hyderabad innings needed, like Adam Gilchrist's magical years with the bat.
The 6 hit by Nitish Kumar Reddy means nothing if the Sunrisers can't accelerate, currently running at a rate of just 4.1 runs per over. Here's what concerns me: a 6 in the 10th over doesn't compensate for the 37 runs in 9.1 overs Sunrisers have scored so far. That's what truly matters.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Heinrich Klaasen's cautious start is the last thing Sunrisers need. He must shift gears now. Sunrisers are sinking, drowning in this sea of slow scoring, just 43 runs in 10 overs.
The numbers say Heinrich Klaasen's steady innings is what Sunrisers need, contrasting Kamran's urgent warning. Strip away the emotion, Heinrich Klaasen's strike rate of 64.3 is more befitting an informed batsman, not one struggling to accelerate.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
This is a moment of pure brilliance, like Adam Gilchrist's magical years with the bat, where sixes were the norm. Enormous.
The six hit by Heinrich Klaasen is a welcome relief, but strip away the emotion, Sunrisers still need an alarming 7.4 runs per over to reach a respectable scoreline. Disagree completely. This massive six doesn't compensate for the 34.6 runs Sunrisers have scored in 10 overs. That's the real story.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
We've just witnessed a turning point, Liam Livingstone's dismissal a jolt to Sunrisers Hyderabad's struggling innings. Caught by Pantof Radi's bowling, a vital wicket for Lucknow Super Giants.
Disagree completely. A steady Heinrich Klaasen has already provided stability, not a struggling batsman. Kamran focuses on the score, but what he misses is the crucial statistic: Heinrich Klaasen has still managed to reach double figures at a respectable strike rate.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Sunrisers Hyderabad's fortunes are looking up like a classic test match between the 90s Australian greats and some African teams where boundaries flowed like rivers. We've just witnessed a boundary that has sent shockwaves through the ground, like Sachin's unstoppable form in the 90s.
The six hit by Nitish Kumar Reddy isn't an isolated incident, but rather a reflection of the team's overall batting weakness, a tendency to rely on the big shot, rather than building partnerships. What Kamran misses is that these big hits often come at a critical juncture, which doesn't necessarily translate to a sustained acceleration in scoring, a crucial aspect that's still eluding this struggling Sunrisers Hyderabad innings.
Big over coming up. you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Enormous. You can bet Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish are thinking game on now.
The 6 hit by Heinrich Klaasen is a welcome relief, but what it doesn't alter is the stark reality of Sunrisers' middle overs performance. Stripping away the emotion, the required rate of 7.4 runs per over still remains a daunting challenge for Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
The crowd is sensing a change in advantage, Heinrich Klaasen's form giving them hope. This massive 6 from Klaasen has sent the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium into a frenzy.
The numbers say Heinrich Klaasen has been the lone stabilizing force, not a game changer. What Kamran misses is that despite his stability, Heinrich Klaasen is yet to make a significant impact with the bat, his 17 off 17 balls a modest return so far.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Heinrich Klaasen's strike rate has suddenly made him a force to reckon with in this LSG versus SRH match. The advantage shift is very much in SRH's favor, but can they sustain this tempo?
I'd challenge that Kamran's focus on Liam Livingstone's dismissal overlooks the steadying influence of Heinrich Klaasen's 19 off 18 balls. The real story is that the advantage shifted when Manoharan Sidharth got his first wicket, Abhishek Sharma, early. This altered the game's dynamics and exposed the vulnerability of Sunrisers Hyderabad's top order.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
This boundary by Nitish Kumar Reddy has swung the advantage in SRH's favor, a massive blow to LSG's hopes. Sunrisers Hyderabad are now scoring at 7.25 and over, and Nitish Kumar Reddy is firing on all cylinders.
The boundary by Nitish Kumar Reddy is a clear indication of a team that's struggling to build a substantial foundation, rather than an advantage-shifting masterstroke as Kamran suggests. The fact that SRH has already lost 3 wickets and are stuck in the middle overs, averaging just over 6 runs an over, starkly contrasts with how a well-stocked batting lineup would approach the situation.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Action-packed middle overs unfolding here at Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, Hyderabad. Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy are holding their ground beautifully.
The real concern here is the 6.25 scoring rate through 12.4 overs, an alarming drop from a potential 8 to 9 per over, which should have been the expectation from a strong batting lineup like Sunrisers Hyderabad's. Strip away the emotion, and the stat that matters is the fact that Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy's strike rate hasn't changed the direction of the game. The required run rate remains a significant challenge, and the real story is that Sunrisers Hyderabad's middle overs have been a tale of slow accumulation.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Sunrisers Hyderabad need an incredible 173 in 107 balls, scoring at 12 and over to stay afloat. Heinrich Klaasen is the man with the power to shift this game in SRH's favor, mark my words.
What Kamran misses is the sheer pressure on Sunrisers Hyderabad to accelerate their scoring rate, now standing at 6.25 RPO. The stat that matters is the 1.61 RPO required to stay afloat, a far cry from the 7.25 RPO Kamran suggests SRH is sustaining.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Heinrich Klaasen's calm demeanor is a reassuring sight for Sunrisers Hyderabad as they attempt to navigate this tricky middle over phase. Nitish Reddy's aggressive approach must be balanced by caution, as the required 173 in 107 balls hangs precariously over the team's head.
The numbers say that Heinrich Klaasen hasn't made up for the lost advantage since the middle overs began, averaging just 7 runs per over himself. Disagree completely with Kamran's suggestion that Heinrich Klaasen's form has shifted the game in SRH's favor, considering the required run rate still hangs over the team's head.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Here we go again, what a massive 6 by Nitish Kumar Reddy, enormous. The stands are erupting, into the stands.
The massive 6 by Nitish Kumar Reddy is a stark reminder that Sunrisers Hyderabad's batting lineup is yet to find a consistent footing, stuck at a sub-7 run rate since the start of the match. Strip away the excitement, and the stats suggest that Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy's partnership is a mere band-aid on the deeper issue of a slow-scoring middle overs period.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Sunrisers Hyderabad's captain must be thinking of unleashing Heinrich Klaasen's big-hitting prowess to turn the game around. Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy are taking significant risks now, a calculated gamble to accelerate the scoring rate.
The real game-changer wasn't Kamran's exuberance about Nitish Reddy's 6, but the fact that it came at a time when Sunrisers Hyderabad's required run rate had ballooned to an unsustainable 7.53 per over. 3 overs ago, the needle was on 6.25, a pace that's now under immense pressure with every dot ball, emphasizing the team's need for a drastic acceleration in scoring.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Heinrich Klaasen just drives it to the boundary, for runs. That's what we needed, the advantage shifts.
Heinrich Klaasen's drive to the boundary may have thrilled fans, but strip away the excitement, the numbers reveal a worrying trend. Sunrisers Hyderabad's required run rate continues to balloon, now standing at 7.53 per over, a far cry from the 6.25 needed to stay afloat. Here's what concerns me: the pressure on Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy's partnership is immense, yet they're failing to significantly lift the team's scoring rate, averaging just 7.5 runs per over since the start of the middle overs.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Heinrich Klaasen's unspoken challenge is to keep the advantage going, scoring at a blistering 148.1 against a tough LSG attack. Nitish Reddy must follow his lead, with 9 needed from the last 5 overs to keep the Sunrisers' hopes alive. The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
What a massive hit by Nitish Kumar Reddy, enormous. The Sunrisers Hyderabad faithful are ecstatic, into the stands.
The numbers say that Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy's partnership is a slow-burning fire, unable to lift the required run rate beyond 7.53 per over. Strip away the excitement, and it's clear that Heinrich Klaasen's big-hitting prowess hasn't shifted the game in SRH's favor, considering the looming specter of that unsustainable run rate.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
The crowd's on the edge, holding their collective breath as Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy take on Manran Siddharth's challenging attack in the middle overs. Sunrisers Hyderabad's batting lineup is putting immense pressure on Lucknow Super Giants bowlers, with Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy dictating the pace.
The real story is Sunrisers Hyderabad's batting lineup is still searching for a consistent footing, despite Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy's impressive numbers. Disagree completely. The required run rate surge to 7.53 per over, not the players' aggressiveness, is the real challenge for Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
This situation is eerily like a thrilling showdown between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Delhi Capitals in the 2020 IPL final, where Sunrisers Hyderabad's batting lineup faced a Herculean task to chase down a massive 192-run target at a blistering 9.6 runs per over. Lucknow Super Giants bowlers are now piling on the pressure, with the required run rate now standing at a challenging 7.53 per over.
The real difference between Sunrisers Hyderabad's middle-order batting and top-tier teams lies in their adaptability under pressure. Unlike teams that effortlessly adjust their scoring rate to match the requirement, Sunrisers Hyderabad's batting lineup seems to be struggling to make that crucial leap.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
The required run rate surge, now standing at 12 and over, poses a massive challenge for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Nitish Kumar Reddy's 6 has momentarily lifted the game into the stands.
The stat that matters is the required run rate, which still hovers at a daunting 7.53 per over, a far cry from what a team like Mumbai Indians would have comfortably managed at this stage. Nitish Kumar Reddy's 6 may have lifted the spirits of the Sunrisers Hyderabad fans, but it's the team's inability to match the required run rate that poses the real challenge.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
This Sunrisers Hyderabad batting lineup is struggling to find their footing, desperately trying to stem the tide of those crucial runs they so desperately need. Mangnimang run Siddharth's precision and guile are putting the pressure on Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Kumar Reddy, and it's going to take some extraordinary shots to break the shackles of this middle overs hurdle.
The numbers don't lie. Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy are still chasing a rate that's beyond them, a far cry from what Sunrisers Hyderabad needs. Here's what concerns me: Mangnimang Siddharth is making life tougher for them, and that's what I'd focus on, rather than getting carried away by Nitish Reddy's 6.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Heinrich Klaasen's 6 into the stands is a masterstroke from the team's captain, trying to accelerate the scoring at 12 and over. The real question now: will Nitish Reddy join Heinrich Klaasen's blitzkrieg and add more fireworks to this chase?
The real story is not about Kamran's 6 into the stands, but the required run rate of 7.53 per over still looming large over Sunrisers Hyderabad. Strip away the emotion, and what we see is a batting lineup still searching for a consistent footing, with their aggressiveness not quite translating into the required advantage.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
This chase is turning out to be a Herculean task for the LSG batting lineup, desperately needing 98 runs in the last 6.2 overs. Scoring at 15.6 an over is the daunting task at hand.
Strip away the emotion, the required rate of 7.53 an over is indeed steep, but what Kamran misses is LSG's strong batting lineup, which might just make the task achievable. The real game-changer here is Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Kumar Reddy's experience, not their ability to hit sixes, which is where Kamran's focus lies.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Nitish Kumar Reddy and Heinrich Klaasen facing the brunt of Mongimong run Siddharth's precision. Gone.
The numbers say Heinrich Klaasen's 50 is a significant milestone, but at a strike rate of 151.5, he's still behind the required pace. That was poor shot selection, as Heinrich Klaasen was put down by a Manamaran Siddharth delivery earlier.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
The pressure is building at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Kumar Reddy under immense scrutiny. Scoring at 12 and over, Sunrisers Hyderabad desperately need these two to fire in tandem to turn the match around.
The numbers say Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy are still chasing a rate that's beyond them, a far cry from what Sunrisers Hyderabad needs. Here's what concerns me: Heinrich Klaasen's poor shot selection is allowing Manamaran Siddharth to make life tougher for him, and that's what I'd focus on rather than getting carried away by the required rate.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Kumar Reddy need to fire in tandem to achieve the scoring at 12 and over. The duo's experience will be crucial in deciding the match outcome, but it's still a daunting task ahead.
The real story here is not about Heinrich Klaasen's experience, but the required rate of 7.53 and over, which Sunrisers Hyderabad is still struggling to match. Here's what concerns me: their batting lineup's aggressiveness, which has yet to translate into a substantial advantage, leaving them vulnerable to a potential LSG comeback.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
This match has all the hallmarks of a Sunrisers Hyderabad collapse, like their infamous collapse against the Kolkata Knight Riders. Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Kumar Reddy, the backbone of their batting lineup, now face the daunting task of navigating death overs at a scoring rate that's barely half of what's required.
The pressure may be mounting, but the numbers say Heinrich Klaasen's experience is the key factor that could turn the game in Sunrisers Hyderabad's favour. What concerns me is that LSG's strong batting lineup is still intact, and as long as Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy are at the crease, the task ahead for the team isn't insurmountable.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Nitish Kumar Reddy brings up his magnificent half-century and he's walking tall at the crease. His composure under pressure is a testament to his exceptional temperament.
The real story is not Nitish Reddy's half-century, but the fact that Sunrisers Hyderabad's required rate is still slipping further away with each passing over. Strip away the emotion, and what's clear is that Nitish Reddy's innings, while a commendable individual effort, hasn't significantly altered the match dynamic, with the team still facing a daunting task to accelerate the scoring.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Heinrich Klaasen needs to step up now. His experience will determine Sunrisers Hyderabad's next 10 overs. They need 9 from the last 5 overs. Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Kumar Reddy can't afford another lapse.
Kamran focuses on Heinrich Klaasen's experience, but the real story is the team's struggle to reach a required rate of 7.53 and over. Disagree completely. Liam Livingstone's dismissal and the current scoreboard make it clear that LSG's bowlers have the upper hand, and Heinrich Klaasen's acceleration will be crucial to turn the match around.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Heinrich Klaasen's exceptional temperament shines under pressure as he and Nitish Kumar Reddy put the opposition to the sword. With a staggering scoring rate of 150 and 175 respectively, they are on fire and LSG's bowlers are facing a serious challenge to stop this duo.
The numbers say a team like the Mumbai Indians would have long surpassed the required rate of 7.53 and over by this stage, leaving LSG reeling. Strip away the emotion, and what's clear is that Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy's innings are still a significant 6 runs short of what a top-order duo like that of the Mumbai Indians would have achieved in the same situation.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Unbelievable energy here at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium in Hyderabad. This enormous 6 by Nitish Kumar Reddy into the stands.
The real story is that Nitish Kumar Reddy's 6 into the stands has not significantly altered Sunrisers Hyderabad's required rate, which remains at 7.53 and over, a far cry from what's needed to win. Strip away the emotion, and what's clear is that Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Reddy's experience and composure, while commendable, haven't translated into a sufficient scoring rate to put pressure on Lucknow Super Giants.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Kamran, enormous. Heinrich Klaasen drives it to the boundary. He's not holding back now. Sunrisers Hyderabad's score is 138-4.
Kamran touts Heinrich Klaasen's experience, but what really matters is that the required rate is still over 7 and over, and Heinrich Klaasen's shot selection will define the outcome of this match. 3 overs ago, Kamran highlighted Heinrich Klaasen's exceptional temperament, but what's clear now is that Heinrich Klaasen needs to accelerate, not just conserve his wickets, to give Sunrisers Hyderabad a fighting chance.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
What a boundary! Heinrich Klaasen's explosive hitting is like the great A.B. de Villiers.
The numbers say Heinrich Klaasen's shot selection is still hesitant, struggling to break free from a tight scoring mode despite his impressive temperament. The fact that LSG's bowlers have managed to restrict Sunrisers Hyderabad's required rate to 7.53 and over, when a top-order duo like the Mumbai Indians would have long surpassed that by this stage, speaks volumes about the need for more aggressive shot selection from Heinrich Klaasen.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Heinrich Klaasen's courage is inspiring. He's defying the odds and taking the game to Lucknow Super Giants. The underdog spirit of this team is making every ball count.
Heinrich Klaasen's impressive 61 off 39 is still 12 runs shy of what the Mumbai Indians' top-order duo would have achieved in the same situation. The required rate is a telling 7.53 and over, a far cry from the dominance one would expect from a top team, and that's where Heinrich Klaasen's aggressive batting comes into question, as his shot selection has been hesitant at best.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Gone. Nitish Kumar Reddy's wicket has left Sunrisers Hyderabad reeling, down 143 for 5.
Kamran romanticizes Sunrisers Hyderabad's position, but here's what concerns me: Heinrich Klaasen's temperament is admirable, yet his shot selection is too cautious to shift the required rate off 7.53 and over. Disagree completely. A top-order duo like the Mumbai Indians would have already broken the back of this chase by this stage, which only amplifies Heinrich Klaasen's need to accelerate and push his team towards a more competitive situation.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s, power play, middle, death.
Aniket Varma, a man of courage. Unplayable shot selection, he needs to unleash the beast.
The real story is that Manamaran Siddharth has been the most effective bowler in the last few overs, taking a crucial wicket and conceding at a similar economy rate to Prince Yadav. Strip away the emotion, and Aniket Verma's unplayable shot selection seems questionable, especially when compared to the way top teams like the Mumbai Indians would have handled the same situation under pressure, choosing to dominate the required rate rather than play cautiously.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Sunrisers Hyderabad's Aniket Varma is taking on Manamaran Siddharth now, scoring at a decent 7.25 an over. This over is crucial for Lucknow Super Giants as Siddharth has been the most effective bowler, taking a wicket and conceding just 7.25 runs per over.
The real game-changer here is LSG's bowling, not Aniket Verma's aggressive batting. Manamaran Siddharth has been the standout bowler in the last few overs, silencing Kamran's claims of Aniket Verma's unplayable shot selection with his own precision.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Gone. Harsh Dubey's wicket has left Sunrisers Hyderabad in a desperate situation, down 144 for 7.
The numbers say Harsh Dubey's dismissal for 0 changes the game's dynamic significantly. Stripping away the emotion, this loss puts immense pressure on Aniket Verma and Heinrich Klaasen to navigate the final overs, and their required rate of 7.53 an over remains a daunting task.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Action-packed Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium is witnessing high-stakes pressure. Aniket Varma and Shivang Kumar are Sunrisers Hyderabad's last hope.
The numbers say Aniket Verma's one ball in is hardly an impressive start. His strike rate of 100.0 doesn't tell the entire story, considering the pressure Sunrisers Hyderabad faces at 144.7.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Aniket Varma and Shivang Kumar, they're the last hope for Sunrisers Hyderabad now, a desperate battle to save the match. Lucknow Super Giants are 1 over away from victory. Aniket Varma's next shot could be crucial, needs 9 from the last 5 overs.
The real story is that Aniket Verma's cautious start, with a strike rate of 100.0, suggests a different approach than what Kamran claims is needed in this situation. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that LSG's bowling, led by Manamaran Siddharth's recent consistency, remains a dominant factor.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Aniket Varma needs to step up his scoring, needs 9 from the last 5 overs at a manageable 13 and over, a doable target. Aniket Varma's task is simple: hit a boundary in this over to break the deadlock and ease the pressure.
Kamran thinks the required rate is manageable, but the stats are stark. 2 early wickets in this phase have dented Sunrisers Hyderabad's chase. The real challenge lies in building a strong partnership, which has become incredibly difficult after losing Heinrich Klaasen and Nitish Kumar Reddy, leaving Aniket Verma and Shivang Kumar with an arduous task.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
We're living history here, a repeat of that fateful 2016 T20 World Cup final where West Indies outplayed England by just 2 runs in a nail-biting finish. Manamaran Siddharth has the last ball to bowl. Will he seal the victory for Lucknow Super Giants, or will Aniket Varma and Shivang Kumar mount an unprecedented fightback?
Here's what concerns me: Aniket Verma's strike rate of 100.0 is hardly a convincing sign of a strong counter-attack. The numbers say the real task for LSG's bowling is not in conceding runs quickly in the final overs, but in not allowing Aniket Verma and Shivang Kumar to build a significant partnership.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The crowd is stunned, the electric tension reel, gone. Shivang Kumar is the second wicket to fall, batted out for 5.
The real story is that Sunrisers Hyderabad's fragile middle order has been exposed, losing 2 wickets in just 2 overs. In a better team, you'd expect a more solid partnership to form after the fall of the top scorer, but Aniket Verma and Shivang Kumar are in a precarious position, with their combined strike rate of 125.0 not exactly instilling confidence.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
The man of the hour, Harshal Patel, unleashing pure power, 4. He's driven it to the boundary. What a hit!
Harshal Patel's boundary suggests a more aggressive approach than Kamran's earlier suggestion. The numbers say Aniket Verma's caution, not Harshal's shot, indicates a shift in strategy, highlighting the growing concern for Sunrisers Hyderabad's middle order.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Sunrisers Hyderabad's middle order is under tremendous pressure, like England's collapse in 2016 T20 World Cup final. Aniket Verma needs 9 from the last 5 overs at a manageable 13 and over, a test of their grit and determination.
Here's what concerns me: despite Harshal Patel's aggressive approach, the Sunrisers Hyderabad's batting lineup has been disrupted. Manamaran Sidorth's tight bowling has created an opening, and Harshal Patel's batting is now putting pressure on the bowler, not Aniket Verma.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Aniket Verma needs 18, a manageable 9 from the last 5 overs at a crucial 13 and over now. This is the moment LSG's bowling strategy will be put to test.
Strip away the emotion. Aniket Verma's strike rate of 40.0 is not a concern, but Harshal Patel's wicket is a significant blow to LSG's bowling strategy. In a better team, you'd expect a more established batsman to be at the crease, not a debutant like Aniket Verma, who is now facing intense pressure.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Manimang Siddarth, the master of death overs, is wreaking havoc in Hyderabad, matching Imran Tahir's best performances in T20s. His wicket and economy rate have been a one-upmanship over his fellow bowlers this season.
The real story is that Harshal Patel's aggressive batting was disrupted, not because of pressure, but due to Manamaran Sidorth's tight bowling, which exposed the middle order's weakness. The stat that matters is Manamaran Sidorth's effectiveness, with 5 overs bowled and just 29 runs conceded, including that crucial wicket of Harshal Patel.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Aniket Verma's focus now shifted, just 16 runs off 5 balls left. Will he stay till the end? His caution is being tested in these death overs.
The real story is that Manamaran Sidorth's tight bowling has put Sunrisers Hyderabad's middle order to the test, not Aniket Verma's individual form. What Kamran misses is the impact of Harshal Patel's aggressive batting, which has been disrupted by Manamaran Sidorth's bowling, exposing the team's vulnerability in the middle overs.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
The tension is real here at Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, Hyderabad. This is it, folks. Sunrisers Hyderabad needs a miracle to pull off an impossible heist.
The numbers say, Aniket Verma's slow start has severely disrupted Sunrisers Hyderabad's advantage, making this chase almost impossible. I'd challenge that. Sunrisers Hyderabad's chances of winning have been greatly reduced since Harshal Patel's dismissal, not Aniket Verma's individual form.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Aniket Verma's task just got tougher, scoring at 13 and over now, needs 18 from the last 5 overs. LSG's masterful death over bowling has SRH on the ropes.
Here's what concerns me. Aniket Verma's slow start doesn't tell the full story. Manamaran Siddharth's tight bowling is what's actually exposing SRH's middle order. Disagree completely. Aniket Verma's strike rate may be 40.0, but the fact remains that Sunrisers Hyderabad's top order hasn't delivered, and Manamaran Siddharth's impact has sealed their fate.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Aniket Verma's task just got tougher, scoring at 12 and over now, needs 17 from the last 4 overs to turn things around. Every dot ball counts here. Sunrisers Hyderabad desperately needs big hits. The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Manyaman Siddharth focusing on not giving away those hard-earned runs, big test for Aniket Verma now. Aniket Verma's thoughts are on the next 5 deliveries, 17 runs needed to stay in the contest.
The real story is that Manamaran Siddharth's tight bowling has disrupted Aniket Verma's scoring advantage, not the other way around. Strip away the emotion, and you'll see that Aniket Verma's slow start is a symptom of a bigger issue: Sunrisers Hyderabad's middle order vulnerability, exposed by Manamaran Siddharth's effective bowling.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
This moment reminds me of the 2014 World Cup final, where India needed a miracle to chase down 330 runs. Aniket Verma's 10 from the next 5 could be the difference in this intense encounter.
The numbers say Aniket Verma's slow start has disrupted Sunrisers Hyderabad's advantage, not a personal challenge. Here's what concerns me: Manamaran Siddharth's tight bowling is what's actually exposing SRH's middle order, not Aniket Verma's individual form.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Aniket Verma faces a mountainous task, scoring at 13 and over now. Sunrisers Hyderabad will be heavily reliant on his next 7 deliveries for a miracle comeback. Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Scoring at 12 and over is a daunting task, like the high-scoring chases in the 2007 T20 World Cup. Manimang Siddharth's impact is similar to that of the legendary Pakistani leg spinner Abdul Qadir, known for his ability to strangle runs in the death overs.
The real story is Manamaran Siddharth's effectiveness in containing the opposition, not Aniket Verma's personal challenge. 3 overs ago, Aniket Verma's middle order was exposed by Manamaran Siddharth's tight bowling, not due to his slow start, which is a symptom of a bigger issue.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Aniket Verma's slow start is the canary in the coal mine, warning signs for Sunrisers Hyderabad's middle order vulnerability. Manimang Siddharth will continue to strangle runs as Lucknow Super Giants close in on a commanding victory.
The real story is that Lucknow Super Giants coach will consider deploying more spin options to put pressure on Aniket Verma, disrupting his early flow. Disagree completely. Aniket Verma's slow start is a symptom of a bigger issue, not just a personal challenge. It's Manamaran Siddharth's tight bowling that's exploiting Sunrisers Hyderabad's middle order vulnerability.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Aniket Verma's 10 from next 5 deliveries has become a mountainous task. He's got to be thinking, can I pull off the impossible, scoring at 13 and over now?
Disagree completely. The stat that matters is that Aniket Verma needs 74 runs off the last 30 deliveries, not 10 from 5. The captain's options are dwindling, with Manamaran Siddharth's tight bowling limiting the choices to either attack with the same bowler or bring in a fresh one to disrupt Aniket Verma's flow.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Mang Run Siddharth is the master of the death overs, strangling runs with 7.25 runs conceded per over. His tight bowling is a dagger to Sunrisers Hyderabad's middle order, exposing their vulnerability.
The numbers say Aniket Verma is facing a crucial test, but it's Manamaran Siddharth's tight bowling that's the main issue. What Kamran misses is that the opposition's middle order, not Aniket Verma's individual form, is what's been exposed by Manamaran Siddharth's excellent death over bowling.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension is building at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium. Every run is crucial now. Aniket Verma's 2 off 5 balls is a mere spark. Can he fan this flame? Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Drama unfolds at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium. Every run counts. Aiden Markram and Mitchell Marsh must steady the ship, stabilizing the innings in the midst of chaos.
Here's what concerns me. The numbers say Aiden Markram's 1-off-1 ball is a telling sign of the top order's vulnerability to early pressure. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Markram's slow start doesn't necessarily spell doom for the innings, unlike what Kamran's insinuating.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Lucknow Super Giants need 155 runs at 7.95 per over, scoring at 6.67 per over. Mission impossible. Their chase is hanging by a thread. Can they pull off the incredible?
The numbers say LSG require a higher run rate, not a mission impossible, making their chase slightly more challenging than Kamran suggests. Here's what concerns me. Kamran's notion that Aiden Markram and Mitchell Marsh must steady the ship ignores the fact that the target is slightly above the current run rate, putting significant pressure on their shoulders.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
This chase is like the 2018 IPL finale where CSK required 163 from 13 overs against SRH. Scoring at 6.67 per over is an impossible ask, it's a David versus Goliath battle. Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Aiden Markram and Mitchell Marsh know they need to shift gears, scoring at 2.0 and over. Harsh Dubey's wicketless over has left the duo off to a cautious start.
The real story is that Harsh Dubey's effectiveness is gaining advantage, not the opposite. His bowling with increasing impact, but the numbers say it's still too early to judge, unlike Kamran's hasty conclusion that Harsh's wicketless over has left the duo off to a cautious start.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Hyderabad's bowlers are starting to find form, and this could be the turning point. Pressure is mounting on Aiden Markram and Mitchell Marsh now.
The real story is that Hyderabad's LSG bowlers are getting hammered, and Harsh Dubey's ineffective bowling spells will only exacerbate the required run rate of 8.25 per over. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Captain Kumar Kartikeya needs to use Harsh and Nitish Kumar Reddy more efficiently to stem the run flow, unlike Kamran's assumption that Aiden Markram and Mitchell Marsh will stabilise the innings.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Aiden Markram's boundary has given Lucknow Super Giants a lifeline in this impossible chase. Scoring at 12 and over, the Super Giants are still very much in this.
Here's what concerns me: Kamran's emphasis on the required run rate without factoring in the opposition's struggling bowlers is flawed logic. The real story is that the boundary by Aiden Markram doesn't necessarily change the complexion of the chase, considering the required rate of 8.25 per over remains unaltered.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
What a hit by Aiden Markram, like Virender Sehwag's explosive starts in a similar high-pressure chase. This boundary is giving Lucknow Super Giants a lifeline, and Aiden Markram is leading the charge.
The stat that matters is LSG's required run rate remains at 8.25 per over, unchanged by Aiden Markram's boundary, contrary to Kamran's assertion that this lifeline has significantly altered the chase's complexion. What Kamran misses is that Aiden Markram's SR of 111.1 is far from aggressive, and it's still too early to judge whether his partnership with Mitchell Marsh will shift gears, unlike Kamran's hasty conclusion that they must do so.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Lucknow Super Giants face a monumental task, needing 140 runs at 7.85 per over, a daunting task indeed. Aiden Markram and Mitchell Marsh must be fearless in their approach, else the chase will slip away.
Disagree completely. Kamran's assumption that the chase will slip away if Aiden Markram and Mitchell Marsh aren't fearless is premature, considering they're still getting accustomed to the overs. The numbers say that the real concern is the required run rate, not the duo's mindset, as Lucknow Super Giants require 140 runs at 7.85 per over to stay in contention.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
What a hit! That enormous six by Aiden Markram into the stands sends the Hyderabad crowd into a frenzy, electrifying the atmosphere.
The stat that matters is the LSG bowler's inability to stem the flow, allowing the required rate to balloon to 8.25 per over. Strip away the emotion, and Aiden Markram's boundary is merely a symptom of the bigger issue: Lucknow Super Giants bowlers struggling to contain the hosts, despite Kamran's optimistic assessment of a turning point in the game.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
The tension is real here at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, the Hyderabad crowd sensing an improbable chase still very much alive. Lucknow Super Giants require 133 runs, but the advantage has shifted in their favor.
The real story is that Harsh Dubey's ineffective 2 overs haven't put sufficient pressure on the Lucknow Super Giants openers. The numbers say that Lucknow Super Giants' required run rate of 8.25 per over remains unchanged.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The Hyderabad crowd is on the edge as Aiden Markram unleashes his fury, a whirlwind of strikes that's turning the tide. Scoring at a blistering 12 and over, Lucknow Super Giants are in for a thrilling chase.
The numbers say that Lucknow Super Giants' power play woes are evident in their 25-0 start, not a thrilling chase unfolding yet. What Kamran misses is that Mitchell Marsh has only contributed 9 runs in 7 balls, his strike rate not indicative of a partnership that's shifting gears.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
The underdog LSG is refusing to bow down, their run chase back on track after that enormous 6 by Aiden Markram. This young man Markram unleashes pure chaos, scoring at 12 and over, turning the tide of this match in Lucknow Super Giants' favor.
Here's what concerns me: the required rate has ballooned to 8.25 per over, and this 6 by Aiden Markram only adds to the pressure on the Lucknow Super Giants bowlers. I'd challenge that Kamran sees this as a turning point. The numbers tell a different story, with Lucknow Super Giants still requiring 126 runs and Harsh Dubey's ineffective 2 overs yet to put the hosts under suffocating pressure.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Lucknow Super Giants need a monumental effort, requiring 125 runs at 7.73 per over. Can they pull off the unthinkable? The odds are stacked against them, but this LSG team has shown incredible character so far.
The real story is that Lucknow Super Giants' required run rate of 9.14 per over has only increased since Kamran's statement. 3 overs ago, the target was 125, but now it's 125 still. The task hasn't diminished, it's worsened, thanks to the hosts scoring.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Pressure is mounting on Harsh Dubey. The young bowler needs to step up now. Can he find that spark? Aiden Markram and Mitchell Marsh, they have a partnership that's getting stronger by the minute.
The numbers say that Aiden Markram's strike rate of 143.8 isn't translating to a partnership that's shifting gears for Lucknow Super Giants. Strip away the emotion, and you'll see that Mitchell Marsh's strike rate of 111.1 is equally unconvincing. The required run rate of 9.14 per over remains the real challenge.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Aiden Markram is lighting up the pitch with scorching 12 and over, turning the tide of this match. Markram's whirlwind strikes have set the tone for a thrilling chase, LSG on the back foot.
The numbers say that Mitchell Marsh's strike rate of 100.0 is a far cry from what you'd expect from a team in a hurry. Disagree completely. Markram's 143.8 strike rate isn't indicative of a chase that's back on track. The required 124 runs will still leave LSG chasing a mountain, unless Marsh finds a new gear.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Gone. Mitchell Marsh's valiant effort comes to an end, caught by Nitish Kumar Reddy off Malinga's bowling.
That was a monumental misjudgment in shot selection by Mitchell Marsh, costing his team precious advantage. The required run rate is now an insurmountable 10.5 per over, a harsh reality that strips away any illusion of a turn in the tide.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s, power play, middle, death.
Aiden Markram's 143.8 strike rate a constant threat. Can Nitish Kumar Reddy stem the tide? Lucknow Super Giants need a miracle, their required 120 runs looming like a mountain.
The real shift in advantage occurred when Mitchell Marsh fell, increasing the required run rate to a daunting 10.5 per over. Disagree completely. Kamran's focus on the current scoring rate overlooks the fact that LSG's target has risen further, now requiring 124 runs at an even steeper rate of 9.14 per over.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Crowd is on the edge, sensing desperation in Harsh Dubey's next move. Aiden Markram's whirlwind strikes have LSG on the back foot, but can he continue this onslaught?
What Kamran misses is that the required run rate of 7.91 per over remains a daunting challenge, with the numbers indicating a need for a more substantial partnership. Disagree completely. Kamran's focus on Markram's strike rate overlooks the fact that Rishabh Pant hasn't yet made a significant contribution, and Reddy has the opportunity to exploit that in his next over.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Lucknow Super Giants staring down the barrel, 119 runs left to breach the fortress. Scoring at 7.6 per over, will they be able to turn the tide?
Kamran's focus on Aiden Markram's strike rate overlooks the stark reality that Rishabh Pant hasn't contributed meaningfully yet. The required run rate is still at a daunting 7.91 per over, which, strip away the emotion, isn't being addressed by Markram's aggressive approach.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
What is Aiden Markram thinking right now? Can he keep up this breathtaking run-scoring pace? Lucknow Super Giants' required run rate is a harsh reality check, staring 118 runs in the face.
The numbers say Lucknow Super Giants are in a precarious position. Strip away the emotion, a single wicket can still change the course of this match, which is exactly what Sunrisers Hyderabad need at this juncture.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Aiden Markram is unstoppable. He's driving it to the boundary, the crowd is going wild.
The required run rate is still 7.91 per over, a daunting challenge that Markram's aggressive approach isn't addressing. Disagree completely. The real story is that Rishabh Pant hasn't contributed meaningfully yet, leaving Reddy a chance to exploit that in his next over to turn the tide.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
The underdog is firing, Aiden Markram drives it to the boundary, the crowd is on their feet. Enormous, what a hit by the South African star. Lucknow Super Giants need 110 runs.
The required run rate still stands at a daunting 7.91 per over, yet Markram's aggressive approach isn't addressing that reality. Here's what concerns me: Rishabh Pant's slow start could be the Achilles heel for LSG, and Nitish Kumar Reddy's next over may hold the key to capitalizing on that.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Aiden Markram's form is the only reason Lucknow Super Giants think they can breach this target. Will he keep fueling the innings with these breathtaking runs? Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
The underdog is striking back, enormous. What a massive hit from Aiden Markram. LSG need 110 runs.
The real story here isn't the individual brilliance of Aiden Markram, it's the alarming rate at which Lucknow Super Giants are falling behind schedule, now requiring 104 runs at a rate they're unlikely to sustain. The pivotal moment that shifted the match dynamics was actually a single ball ago, when Markram hit that enormous six, but more crucially, the stats show Rishabh Pant's slow start has left Lucknow Super Giants vulnerable, and Nitish Kumar Reddy's next over may be the turning point.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Aiden Markram's form is the ultimate game-changer, his unrelenting assault making LSG question their target. Can Reddy's over silence the South African star?
The numbers say Kamran is fixated on Aiden Markram's form, but overlooks the fact that Harsh Dubey has shown great control and economy, giving up just 10 runs in 2 overs. I'd challenge that. Markram's aggressive approach might be exciting, but it's Nitish Kumar Reddy's economy rate that should worry LSG, and so far, he's not been able to stem the tide.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The South African star Aiden Markram unleashing massive blows. LSG still require 103 runs. This game has turned into a high-stakes battle, Markrams form a constant thorn in LSG's side.
The numbers say Markram's form is impressive, but what Kamran misses is the lack of contribution from Pant, whose slow start puts immense pressure on LSG's middle order. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that a top-order collapse is LSG's biggest concern, not Markram's individual brilliance, which is masking the vulnerability of Reddy's over, where LSG are 0-0 in 2 balls.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Markram's unyielding form has put Lucknow Super Giants on the back foot, like Andre Russell's domination in Kolkata Knight Riders' title-winning campaign in 2014. Nitish Kumar Reddy's economical over is LSG's only hope to break the shackles of Aiden Markram's ferocious assault, like the game-changing spell Harbhajan Singh once weaved in the Champions Trophy.
The real turning point in this match wasn't a 6 from Markram, but the fact that Rishabh Pant's slow start has left Lucknow Super Giants vulnerable. Strip away the emotion, and Nitish Kumar Reddy's economy rate becomes the most pressing concern, as his first over has already cost 14 runs.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Aiden Markram's phenomenal form is going to propel Lucknow Super Giants to a record chase, target reached.
The real story here is not Markram's aggressive form, it's the fact that Lucknow Super Giants need 104 runs at 7.69 per over, a rate that's becoming increasingly difficult to sustain. What Kamran misses is the vulnerability that has crept into Lucknow Super Giants' batting, with Rishabh Pant's slow start putting immense pressure on the middle order.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Markram's scorching form is taking LSG's chase to new heights, 99 runs still a distant dream. LSG's fragile middle order is under intense scrutiny, Rishabh Pant's slow start a major concern.
The real story is not Markram's form, but the fact that Lucknow Super Giants are being taken apart by Nitish Kumar Reddy's over, which has conceded 14 runs in 1. What Kamran misses is that Harshal Patel, the opposing bowler, has shown remarkable control, giving up just 4 runs in 1 over.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
The intensity here is real, the atmosphere is electric. Lucknow Super Giants need 96 runs at 7.68 and over. The pressure is mounting with Aiden Markram and Rishabh Pant at the crease, LSG's middle order on high alert.
The numbers say Aiden Markram's aggressive form is masking the vulnerability of Rishabh Pant's slow start. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Pant's 77.8 run rate is a significant concern, not Markram's individual brilliance.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Markram's boundary has opened up possibilities. They'll take 22 from the next 4 overs to win. Scoring at 8.8 and over, LSG will now target 22 from each over to reach this total.
The real story here is not Markram's aggressive form, it's the fact that Lucknow Super Giants need 97 runs at 7.48 per over, a rate that's becoming increasingly difficult to sustain. I'd challenge that. Markram's shot selection has been questionable, particularly in the context of Rishabh Pant's slow start, which has left Lucknow Super Giants vulnerable.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Fate is against LSG, but this young duo, Aiden Markram and Rishabh Pant, are rewriting rules. Unlikely heroes leading a fight for history tonight. Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
What a stunning performance from Aiden Markram, he's crushing it at 173.1 strike rate. Pant's slow start is a major concern, putting pressure on Lucknow's middle order. The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Markram and Pant, what a duo, under tremendous pressure to keep going at 8.38 and over. Lucknow Super Giants require a major upsurge to achieve their target at 7.5 and over.
Here's what concerns me: Lucknow Super Giants are in trouble, not because Markram's form is exceptional, but because Pant's slow start has put them in a precarious position. The real story is not the boundary Aiden Markram has hit, but the fact that Rishabh Pant's 77.8 run rate is a significant concern, and it's only a matter of time before Lucknow's middle order is put under the pump.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Historic clashes often hinge on the partnership between a strokemaker and a steady hand. Aiden Markram's blistering strike rate is perfectly complemented by Rishabh Pant's calm presence, reminding me of the great Gautam Gambhir and Virender Sehwag in 2007. And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Markram's boundary has opened up possibilities. They'll take 22 from the next 4 overs to win. Scoring at 8.8 an over, LSG will now target 22 from each over to reach this total.
The numbers don't lie. Kamran's narrative is skewed by Markram's explosive start, but the real challenge lies in sustaining a rate of 7.48 per over. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Markram's aggressive form is a temporary solution, while Rishabh Pant's slow start is the bigger threat to Lucknow's chances.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
What a huge blow for Lucknow. Rishabh Pant just drives it to the boundary. What a massive shot.
I'd challenge that. Kamran is glossing over the reality of Rishabh Pant's slow start, which has significantly impacted Lucknow Super Giants' chances at 7.48 per over. The real story is that Pant's 77.8 run rate raises serious concerns about the team's middle-order vulnerability, which Markram's aggressive form can't single-handedly overcome.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Aiden Markram's explosive start is being perfectly complemented by Rishabh Pant's calm presence at the crease. His slow start has put immense pressure on the Lucknow middle order, but they're still in the hunt to achieve their target.
The real story is not Markram's form, but Rishabh Pant's sluggish start, which has put a significant burden on the Lucknow middle order. What Kamran misses is that Pant's 77.8 run rate, far from being a calm presence, is actually a major concern that could derail Lucknow's chase.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Sunrisers Hyderabad's Aiden Markram blazing a trail, Rishabh Pant's calm presence a crucial factor. They need 12 from each of the next 5 overs to achieve this target.
The numbers say Lucknow Super Giants are breathing a little easier now, thanks to a required run rate that has dropped to 7.34 per over. Disagree completely. It's a false sense of relief, as Rishabh Pant's slow start is the more pressing concern that could put immense pressure on Lucknow's middle order.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
This match could be a modern-day replica of the 2007 World Cup final, where Australia chased down 160 with sheer determination. Lucknow Super Giants are in a similar predicament, with Aiden Markram and Rishabh Pant still at the crease, but the advantage is very much in their favour.
Here's what concerns me here. LSG are still chasing 81 runs at 7.36 per over, and despite Aiden Markram's explosive start, it's Rishabh Pant's slow start that poses the bigger threat. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that LSG's middle-order vulnerability, exacerbated by Pant's 77.8 run rate, could be their undoing.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Sunrisers Hyderabad's Aiden Markram is going to get those runs, no doubt about it. Markram and Pant will take Lucknow Super Giants over the line with 4 overs still to spare. The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Pressure mounting on Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium as Lucknow Super Giants require 80 runs to win. Gone.
The numbers tell a different story. Kamran losing Mitchell Marsh doesn't necessarily change the game's dynamics, given Lucknow Super Giants' required run rate of 7.5 per over and Rishabh Pant's position to steady the ship. Disagree completely. Rishabh Pant's slow start has significantly impacted Lucknow's chances, with his 77.8 run rate raising concerns about the team's middle-order vulnerability.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Rishabh Pant's strike rate is 100, the calm presence, but will it be enough to take Lucknow Super Giants over the line? The bowling changes, with Nitish Kumar Reddy coming in, are a crucial factor. Will he make an impact in this match?
The real story isn't Aiden Markram's explosive start, but the pressure it's placed on Rishabh Pant, who needs to up the ante significantly to rescue Lucknow's chase. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Pant's 77.8 run rate is a more pressing concern than Markram's early departure, which could jeopardize Lucknow's middle-order stability.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
This is turning out to be a modern-day David versus Goliath story. Lucknow Super Giants need 80 runs now, with the odds heavily stacked against them.
The numbers say Lucknow Super Giants have had an opportunity to adjust their approach, thanks to a required run rate that dropped from 8.37 per over to 7.34 per over in the last 0.2 overs. Disagree completely. Rishabh Pant's slow start, coupled with a relatively slow 77.8 run rate, is a far greater threat to Lucknow's chances than the drop target figure.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Rishabh Pant's 100 strike rate can't be ignored, but will it be enough to conquer the required run rate now? The bowlers are targeting Pant, and one wrong move will seal Lucknow's fate. The
numbers paint a different picture. Kamran, despite Nitish Kumar Reddy's decent figures, the bowling attack as a whole is struggling, and a better team would have capitalized on Aiden Markram's dismissal long ago. A more effective bowler would have taken wickets at a significantly lower economy rate, but Nitish Kumar Reddy's 14 runs per over is a stark reminder of Sunrisers Hyderabad's middle-order solidity.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Rishabh Pant's calm presence at the crease a welcome sight for Lucknow, but will it be enough to tame the required run rate of 7.6 and over? Ayush Badoni, the rookie, needs to take a leaf out of Pant's book and lift the tempo of the inning to take Lucknow closer to their target.
This boundary by Rishabh Pant doesn't change the fact that his slow start has significantly impacted Lucknow's chances, with a 77.8 run rate raising concerns about the team's middle-order vulnerability. The numbers tell a different story. Pant's 100 strike rate is impressive, but it's being undermined by the pressure it's placed on him to up the ante significantly to rescue Lucknow's chase.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Lucknow Super Giants need 75 runs at 7.63 per over, with Rishabh Pant and Ayush Badoni at the crease, a crucial juncture in the match. Will Rishabh Pant's 100 strike rate prove enough to take Lucknow Super Giants over the line, or will Ayush Badoni lift the tempo?
The real story isn't Ayush Badoni's inexperience, but the fact that Rishabh Pant needs to significantly up the ante to rescue Lucknow's chase. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Pant's 4-dot balls to begin his innings has placed immense pressure on him to accelerate quickly to reach the target of 157.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
This drive by Ayush Badoni is like Virat Kohli's finest moments in T20 cricket. Enormous.
The real turning point came with Aiden Markram's dismissal, and Kamran is still chasing rainbows with sentiment over statistics. Rishabh Pant's 100 strike rate is impressive, but it's being undercut by his earlier slow start, not helping Lucknow's cause.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Lucknow Super Giants need 70 runs at 7.5 and over. That's a scoring at 12 and over challenge. They are going to conquer it, trust me. Pant and Badoni will take them past 157.
The real turning point here is not Ayush Badoni's innings, but Rishabh Pant's slow start, which has put unnecessary pressure on him to accelerate. Kamran's focusing on Pant's strike rate, but the numbers indicate Lucknow's task is significantly harder due to Pant's earlier lethargic pace.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Rishabh Pant must accelerate significantly to reach 7.63 per over, a daunting task for the Indian star. Will Ayush Badoni's spirited innings be enough to lift Lucknow Super Giants past this hurdle?
The stat that matters is Rishabh Pant's 77.8 run rate, which hasn't allowed Lucknow to establish a strong foundation, putting immense pressure on the middle order. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Lucknow's task requires a more substantial acceleration from Pant, rather than relying on Ayush Badoni's fledgling innings.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Lucknow Super Giants require 68 runs with Rishabh Pant and Ayush Badoni at the crease, and they will conquer this, trust me. Expect Rishabh Pant to hit a 6 in the next over to propel Lucknow Super Giants towards the target.
Here's what concerns me: Nitish Kumar Reddy has managed to contain Ayush Badoni to just 10 runs in 6 deliveries, and LSG should focus on containing the more experienced Pant, not the inexperienced Badoni. The numbers say Pant's slow start has placed immense pressure on him to accelerate, and LSG desperately need a more substantial acceleration from him, rather than relying on Ayush Badoni's fledgling innings.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Ayush Badoni is unleashing his warrior spirit. For runs, a towering shot, and the crowd is on its feet.
The boundary by Ayush Badoni is a welcome relief for Lucknow, but let's not get carried away. They still need 64 runs from 11 overs at 7.53 per over, and Rishabh Pant's slow start remains the elephant in the room. The real challenge lies in containing Pant, not Ayush Badoni, who's still finding his feet in this innings.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
What a hit! Enormous!
What you see here is a momentary distraction from the real issue at hand, Rishabh Pant's slow start. His strike rate of 108.3 is decent, but it's his earlier lethargic pace that's put unnecessary pressure on him to accelerate, not his ability to hit boundaries like this one.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Rishabh Pant just unleashed his batting prowess, driving this shot to the boundary, a much-needed boost in the chase. The Indian star is sending a message to his team, "We're back in business now."
The numbers say Rishabh Pant's driving shot is a desperate attempt to accelerate, rather than a bold statement to assert dominance. Here's what concerns me: Lucknow still need 55 runs, and Pant's slow start has put the entire team under immense pressure to reach a required rate of 6.88, not just Ayush Badoni's spirited innings.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s: power play, middle, death.
Gone. Ayush Badoni's 12 goes, stumped by Ishan Kishan off harsh Dubey.
Strip away the emotion, Ayush Badoni's dismissal actually hasn't significantly shifted the advantage, as Rishabh Pant is still struggling to accelerate. 3 overs ago, the numbers said Rishabh Pant's slow start would put pressure on Lucknow Super Giants, and that's exactly what's happening. A slow start from Pant has created a massive ask to reach their target.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Rishabh Pant's 30 runs from 25 balls, a crucial platform, sets Lucknow's advantage high amidst pressure. His strike rate of 120, the key to unlocking their total, will now be heavily scrutinized.
The story isn't about Rishabh Pant unleashing his batting prowess, it's about a slow start from the top scorer putting immense pressure on his team to reach a required rate of 6.88 to achieve their target. Strip away the emotion, and the numbers say Lucknow's chances of success heavily rely on Rishabh Pant's ability to rotate the strike and hit boundaries when needed, not just Ayush Badoni's spirited innings, which is being overshadowed by Pant's slow start.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Lucknow are in a spot of trouble now, requiring 54 runs at a crucial 7.2 per over. Nitish Kumar Reddy's strong start is crucial for Sunrisers Hyderabad, but they still need to find a way to stop Rishabh Pant's advantage.
Three overs ago, I'd challenged that the bowling unit's issue isn't Rishabh Pant, but rather the fact that Kamran is overlooking the success of Lucknow's openers against Harsh Dubey and Nitish Kumar Reddy. Disagree completely. Their comfort at the crease is what's putting pressure on the team, not Rishabh Pant's slow start.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Rishabh Pant's crucial 30 runs from 25 balls has set Lucknow's advantage high amidst massive pressure. Nitish Kumar Reddy must now stop Pant's surge to give Sunrisers Hyderabad a fighting chance.
Disagree completely. What Kamran misses is that a better attacking team would have taken the initiative earlier to put pressure on Lucknow's bowling, not just rely on Pant's recovery. Here's what concerns me: Lucknow still need 55 runs, and their openers haven't delivered a breakthrough to capitalize on Pant's slow start. leaving too much on the shoulders of Nicholas Pooran and Rishabh Pant.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
This is crunch time for Nicholas Pooran, as he looks to accelerate under immense pressure. The stage is set for another thrilling contest, like India's nail-biting World Cup semi-final against Pakistan.
The real story is Nicholas Pooran struggled to settle in quickly, overshadowing Rishabh Pant's steady contribution. Here's what concerns me: Nicholas Pooran's meager one run from 3 balls has already put immense pressure on him to accelerate and set the tone for the innings, which is a stark contrast to Rishabh Pant's comfortable display so far.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
What a crushing blow, Nicholas Pooran is gone. A devastating run out. Ishan Kishan's quick thinking leaves the Lucknow Super Giants reeling.
The numbers say Nicholas Pooran was the architect of his own downfall, not the victim of a crushing blow. The real story is that his slow start, which has put immense pressure on the team, is being overshadowed by Rishabh Pant's steady contribution, which Kamran conveniently ignored in his earlier assessment.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Rishabh Pant's resurgence puts pressure on Lucknow's bowlers, but Nitish Kumar Reddy's economy rate is still under scrutiny. Pant needs just 20 runs to reach his half-century, setting up a thrilling climax.
The numbers say Rishabh Pant's resurgence isn't a surprise to Lucknow, given their opener's struggles against Harsh Dubey. What Kamran misses is the fact that Pant's steady contribution is being overshadowed by the mounting pressure on Abdul Samad, who needs to step up to reach a respectable score.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Rishabh Pant's calm demeanor is a thorn in Sunrisers Hyderabad's desperate bid to stay afloat amidst this massive run chase. Scoring at 7.93 per over, Lucknow Super Giants need a miracle to bridge their 50-run deficit.
The real story is Rishabh Pant's steady 31 runs, which is not a resurgence, but a consolidation of his earlier form. Here's what concerns me: Lucknow's openers haven't delivered a breakthrough to capitalize on Pant's slow start, leaving too much on the shoulders of Nicholas Pooran and Rishabh Pant.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
The crowd is on the edge, fingers crossed as Rishabh Pant and Abdul Samad stand firm in this high-pressure chase. Needing 49 runs at 8.17 and over, a single misstep could be disastrous for Lucknow Super Giants.
The numbers say Lucknow Super Giants are on a precarious slope, requiring an increasingly high scoring rate to bridge the gap. Disagree completely. Kamran conveniently ignores the reality that LSG's openers, Rishabh Pant and Abdul Samad, are struggling to reach a respectable score, unlike their counterpart, Nicholas Pooran, whose slow start has been a stark contrast to his earlier form.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Sunrisers must be worried now, Rishabh Pant and Abdul Samad forming an unbreakable partnership. Lucknow's captain is likely thinking, can we increase the pace, get Pant to get out of his zone?
The required run rate of 8.06 per over puts immense pressure on Lucknow's batsmen, especially considering Rishabh Pant's recent form. Strip away the emotion, and the reality is that Pant's steady contribution is being overshadowed by the mounting pressure on Abdul Samad to step up and make a significant impact.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Rishabh Pant's resurgence puts Lucknow's bowlers under immense pressure, needing just 20 runs to reach his half-century. Scoring at 7.76 per over, Lucknow's required rate is now at 8.36 and over, a daunting task ahead. This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Fingers crossed for Lucknow, as Pant and Samad stand firm in this high-pressure chase. Needing 45 runs at 8.44 per over is a daunting task ahead.
The numbers say Lucknow Super Giants are struggling to reach a respectable score, given their openers' woes so far, whereas in a better team, these players would have been replaced by now. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Harsh Dubey's tight bowling might have gone unnoticed, had it been a stronger batting lineup facing him.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Nitish Kumar Reddy's impact could swing the game decisively now. Sunrisers Hyderabad's fortunes tied to him heavily tonight. He's been the most effective bowler for Sunrisers Hyderabad at this stage, taking a crucial wicket in his maiden over.
The real story is Nitish Kumar Reddy's impressive debut, but let's not forget, it's just one over, and a plethora of overs remain. I'd challenge that. It's premature to crown him the most effective bowler when others, like Harsh Dubey, might still turn the tide of the game.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Rishabh Pant's resurgence is putting immense pressure on Nitish Kumar Reddy, needing just 20 runs to reach half-century. Fingers crossed for Lucknow, needing 43 runs at 8.6 and over, a daunting task ahead for Pant and Samad.
The real story is that Lucknow Super Giants' batting depth is being severely tested, not just Pant's resurgence. Here's what concerns me: Kamran conveniently forgets that the required run rate of 8.6 per over puts pressure on Lucknow's batsmen, not just the bowlers.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Pressure mounts on Lucknow's batsmen as Rishabh Pant's resurgence fuels the chase. Pant's steady contribution at 7.76 per over is now at 106.2 SR.
The numbers say the actual challenge lies not just in Rishabh Pant's resurgence, but in Abdul Samad's ability to step up and make a meaningful contribution. Disagree completely. Kamran's focus solely on Pant's form overlooks the immense pressure now on Sunrisers Hyderabad's bowling to contain Lucknow Super Giants' chase.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Lucknow's fate now tied to Pant and Samad. Can they keep pushing the scoring at 8.6 and over? This has the makings of a cliffhanger finish. It's anyone's game still.
The real story is that Lucknow Super Giants face a Herculean task to reach the target, considering their openers have been struggling throughout the chase. Strip away the emotion, and it's evident that 43 runs from 60 deliveries will be a nail-biting finish. Sunrisers Hyderabad's bowlers have the chance to turn the tide with early wickets.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Enormous. Rishabh Pant's boundary sends the crowd into a frenzy, pressure mounting on Sunrisers Hyderabad's bowling.
Kamran's further overlooks a critical aspect of this scenario. Rishabh Pant's boundary was a result of poor shot selection, an aggressive approach that could backfire if not sustained. The real story is that Lucknow Super Giants' batting is heavily reliant on Pant's scoring rate, and if he falters, the required run rate of 8.07 per over will expose their batting depth, not just their top order.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This enormous hit by Rishabh Pant is a throwback to David Warner's mastery in similar situations. The energy is electric. Lucknow Super Giants are living up to their reputation of churning out match-winning performances.
The numbers say that 6 doesn't make the target of 157 any less daunting. Lucknow Super Giants still require 33 runs. Here's what concerns me. Kamran's focus on Pant's aggressive shot selection overlooks the fact that the required run rate of 8.07 per over puts immense pressure on Lucknow's batting depth.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Rishabh Pant's resurgence is lighting up the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium. Pant's 47 from 37 balls is a masterclass performance so far.
The real story here is that Lucknow Super Giants are struggling to maintain advantage, and Abdul Samad's meager score of 6 off 6 balls raises questions about their ability to adapt in pressure situations. Strip away the emotion, and it's evident that their middle order is under significant pressure, not just their top order, particularly with Pant at 47 and Samad at a pedestrian pace.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Nitish Kumar Reddy, with the scoreboard screaming at 8.0 per over, now faces daunting task. His bowling has to stem the tide, or it's curtains for LSG.
The numbers say that Rishabh Pant's strike rate of 127.0